going to make remarks, and I might need a little bit of paper. Y'all don't judge me for needing my paper. But here we go. I've only just a minute. Only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. Somebody said the wind was going to blow. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it. Give an account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. That was a poem written by Benjamin Mays. And here's the point, minutes matter, right? They matter because when strung together in a sequence, they add up. Minutes add up to moments, and moments lead to movements. And movements are the agents of change in our society. So don't discount the impact of minutes, because it only takes a few minutes to change the world. It has been said that there are three types of people. There are people in this world who make things happen. And then there are people who simply watch things happen. But the last group are those who wake up one day wondering what in the world happened. The question for us today is, which group will you be in? We will be the ones who say we refuse to waste our minutes. Because here's the problem with wasted minutes. You never really know how many you have left. Time is the certainty of uncertain. So we have to maximize all of our moments. We're here today because we have recently seen the fragility of time. In the span of only 8 minutes and 42 seconds, everything changed for us. Many of us sat paralyzed as we watched and listened as a man begged for the opportunity to just have a minute so he could catch his breath. As we listened to him plead for his life, we too sat collectively as a culture and held our own breath in disbelief. But listening and watching the last 8 minutes and 46 seconds of the life of George Floyd gave us the inspiration and the sense of urgency that many of us needed to rise and say this is our moment. This is our moment, and we cannot go back to being watchers any longer. This is our moment, and we must awaken from our sleep and refuse to remain wanderers in our own communities any longer. We know and we understand that we must make each moment count because this is our moment. We have to make our voices heard now, and we have to make our presence undeniable now, because now is how movements are born. We have to maximize our moments because if history has taught us anything, it is that change only happens when people band together in solidarity for the sake of a just cause. Yeah. And this is our cause. We march, we stand, we raise our hands for all of those who lost their lives at the hands of an unjust system. We raise our voices to declare that we will speak up when we see it, injustice. We will speak out when we hear it, injustice. And when we encounter it, injustice, we will speak to it because this is our moment. We've come together as a community to lend our voices to the collective cries all across our nation, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, George Floyd, to Louisville, Kentucky, Breonna Taylor, from Brunswick, Georgia, Ahmaud Arbery, to Walker County, Texas, Sandra Bland, and all the other voices that have been silenced. We declare we will be silent no more because this is our moment. We've come to make this declaration together, all of us. We stand as one Montevallo today as an undeniable force to acknowledge that Black lives do indeed matter because this is our moment. Every major movement that has happened in the history of our country began with community moments just like this one. It was community moments that laid the groundwork for the women's suffrage movement that granted women the right to vote in 1920. It was community moments like this one that birthed the civil rights movement that eventuated in the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And here we stand, 56 years later, still marching for justice. So we cannot stop. We must continue because this is our moment. But our moment has to be more than just about a march. It has to be about more than just our t-shirts or our chants. If we're going to change how things are being done in our world, we have to begin to change things in our own communities. We must find ways to make sure we become a part of the process that we seek to change. We have to be involved in the policies and the processes and the procedures that govern our school systems and our municipalities. We have to apply for the jobs and be willing to volunteer for the positions on city boards and commissions. We have to show up and be counted on, because this is our moment. We can do this together, every one of us here. We make up this one Montevallo: black, white, Latinx, young, old, LGBTQ, privileged, protected, underserved, or whatever category or non-category you may ascribe to. I implore you, lend your voices to the moment. Say it with me this time. This is
our moment.
And when you get the chance, every opportunity you have, use your voice, not just to march or as a key